Hey guys, Hecon's here with the World of Warcraft Goldmaking Guide. It's Tuesday morning, a little bit after 4 a.m. on the West Coast. There's actually a maintenance on NA servers in 3 hours, so week 2 is almost over and we are heading into week 3. It's going to be another big week as we are gaining access to a lot of recipes that weren't available in weeks 1 and 2. On top of that, we have Raid opening up and the Mythic Plus season starting up. Let's take a look at all of my mailboxes from the past week and talk about my gold-making plans for week 3. We're starting out on my Alliance main, which is this monk that is selling my Crimson Combatant signets and amulets on this realm. Absolutely massive mailbox as we have 7 pages or 663 auctions sold, with a little bit over 180k on page 1. Moved all of my gold aside from 8.7k that I have in my bags. That way it'll be easy to see how much we've looted. The plan with this monk and my hunter, which is my main on Horde, is to do the elemental laureates, assuming we have the recipes to drop, and the tiered medallion settings if we get enough points left over. Anyways, let's loot the mailbox and see how much we've made. I actually had some stuff expire that I'm going to have to relist probably. Just do that real quick. So I guess some of the auctions were actually expired. I think most of our mailbox should be sales aside from these items that came back to us.
Inventory is full.
We can just loot like this, I think. Prices have been all over the place for the amulets and signets all week. Looks like we sold a couple of profession items as well. Looks like it'll be about 1.6 million. Yeah, so we started with 8.7k in our bags and we're up to 1.64 million. So quite a nice mailbox, just off of rings and necks on this round mostly. A couple of profession items as well. This is a tune on the same realm that I used to sell all of my other Crimson gear, as well as Dark Moon decks. It was actually my legendary base banker from last expansion that I just converted into selling Crimson gear. Also picked up Inscription on it, so we could do Draconic Treatises on this tune. Fairly easy to get, as you only need 10 points into Archiving and 10 points into Shared Knowledge to unlock the first recipe. First recipe you get is Inscription, and you have to unlock the other ones through Discovery. but it's pretty easy to do just doing work orders with yourself from alts. As far as our mailbox, we should have another nice clean out as we have 800k and 4 pages worth of auctions to loot. I think I started out with like 50k as well in my bags. So we'll have to subtract that from our ending total. So we diluted 2.72 million minus the 50k that we had in our bags. Another really nice clean out. So I think we looted 2.68 if we account for the gold that was already in our bags. I did a similar setup on this banker on my Horde realm. Picked up and leveled inscription for the Draconic Treatises and have all the recipes. Also grabbed tailoring as my second profession in case we ever wanted to do the class shuffle here when this tune isn't doing anything like a cancel a pro scan on the auction house. And as far as gold, we have a little bit over 2 pages on this realm. 383.6k on page 1. I didn't bother to move my gold off though, so we're sitting at pretty close to 7 million on this tune. Looks like we're 6.5k short of 7 million. Kind of a small mailbox compared to our previous realm. Nice, that actually put us over 8 million. Sitting at 8.01 million now. Total gold looted was 1.021 million. So yeah, page 2 was pretty good. This is the hunter that I mentioned earlier. Same leatherworking and jewel crafting setup as my monk. The only difference is I'll likely go into mail armor crafting instead of leather armor crafting first, so I can make use of some of the items that I craft. For JC, it's the same plan though this upcoming week, going hard into elemental laureates and likely the tiered medallion settings. As far as gold, it's copying my monk and just selling crimson rings and necks. And on this tune, we have, looks like pretty close to 5 pages, 174k on page 1, and 987k in our bags. Might also have some expired auctions on the later pages. I was gone most of the day, so I wasn't able to relist my auctions. Alright, total gold collected was 961k on this realm. A little short of 1 million, but still pretty decent. This is my Crimson Banker on a third realm. Got it set up a couple days after the two we've already looked at. Much less volume on this realm, but you can see the prices and margins are a bit higher, and it's still doing a great job of printing gold with the Crimson gear. We have 2.5 pages, pretty close to 550k on page 1, and we were starting out with 3.16 million in our bags. Total gold collected was 1.43 million on this realm. Got us up to 4.6 total in our bags. This is my jewel crafter blacksmith on the third realm. I do most of the listing on the banker that we've already taken a look at, but I do list some auctions here. As a result, we do have a small mailbox to check. 111 auctions, 383k on page 1. And it looks like we have 1.14 million in our bags. Did have some nice sales on Crafter's Mark IV gear. But we're mostly doing rings and necks again on this tune, like the other jewel crafters on our other realms. Oh, I actually need to do the work orders on this tune. Just noticed that in my quest log. Just been doing like some blue necks or blue rings, and then bracers for the other crafting professions. Hopefully I can get that done before the restart. Total gold collected was a little bit over 400k. 406.3k for our mailbox on this tune. Here's my banker on the fourth realm. Like the last realm, we're doing much less volume than our two main realms, but the sale prices and margins are much better here. We have 283 mil, a little bit over 500,000 on page 1, and then 46.7k in our bags to start out. And that brought us up to 1.62 million. Total gold collected was 1.57, it looks like. 1.579 million. Sounds about right since we started with close to 50k. We just had another sale as well on the Resilient Chest Place. This is realm number 5. Found the recipes here for the amulets and signets cheap, and happened to have a few level 60s. So I invested in the recipes, got JC leveled up on this mage, and have been printing gold ever since. We have 3.5 pages with 193k on page 1. And it looks like we have around 567k in our bags. So we gained 747k on this realm, putting us up to 1.31 million. This is realm number 6. Like the previous realm, we found the signet recipe cheap here. You can see I scooped it up for 17.5k a little bit over 2 days ago. Since then, we've sold probably about a dozen or so rings for between 2k up to 5k. Recoup most of the cost of the recipe and leveling our profession in those 2 days. Was hoping for a few more sales, but this is listed as a new player realm, and the sales are very infrequent compared to our other realms. Still wanted to show it off, just to illustrate how easy it is to get these realms set up with minimal investment and start printing gold with the Crimson gear. In addition to continuing to print gold with Crimson gear, I have been getting my Alchemist and Enchanter set up, so we can jump into either of those markets if they look lucrative. Like I stated earlier, we also have my Monk and Hunter ready to make gold with jewel crafting and leatherworking, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll likely be streaming a lot again this week, showing off my gold making, so if making lots of gold interests you, be sure to drop a follow on Twitch, or join my Discord to be notified when I go live. That's going to be it for this week's video. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I would like to thank my patrons. Thank you to Nish, Lachlan, and Mauro for your support over on Patreon. Hope you guys all had a great week too, and enjoyed Raid, Mythic Plus, and Week 3 of Dragonflight. Have a great reset, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Late.